Hello, everybody. It's Barb, and I'm just popping on to just keep playing with this mandala since I didn't get very far on Friday. Hello, everybody. Hi, Becky. I sent you an email. I don't know if you got it. I haven't checked my email today, actually. Hi, Renee. Hi, Lori. Patricia, Chris, Angie. Hi, Ina. Good to see you all. I will not be on camera today because I'm not camera presentable, shall we say. I'm not camera ready. And Chance is out here with me, so you're going to hear him. Hi, Annette. So Chance is out here with me, kind of getting in the way, you know, how he does. Charlie, good news. I wish I could look at the camera, but I don't dare look at the camera. It'd scare everybody to death. Charlie climbed up and got in the window in the sunshine yesterday for the first time for days and days and days. So we've actually made some progress. So we're just going to count every day. Hi, Terry. So we're going to count every day that, something really good happens like that. We're just going to count it as such a blessing. So there you go. So it's good news. So I thought what I would do is I would just pop on and I would just keep working on this mandala because I really want to finish it anyway. And I thought that that's what we do. Friday was such an unexpected and unbelievably emotional day. Oh my goodness. I have not had a day like that in a while. Woo-wee. Oh, okay. Thank you, Becky. Hi, Shu. Shu, I don't know whether I intended to email you. I don't know whether I did or not. I have emails that I sent to several people. And Annette, I will probably contact you on Twitter through a direct message. Here's the deal. Those of you who sent totally unexpectedly sent super chats to us for Charlie and so forth, and just because you're just such great people, I wanted to send you a card. A lot of you I have addresses for, but there are some of you that I don't, and so I will be trying to get your address, your mailing address, if you'd like a card from me. If not, that is perfectly fine. I understand it. But if you would like to have one, I would. I can't send it to you if I don't have an address. So, if you want to send your address to me, you certainly can. You can. The easiest way to do it, if you follow me on social media, you can direct message me on one of the social media platforms, preferably Instagram or Twitter. Or you can go to HowToGetCreative.com and you can fill out a support ticket and just tell me that you're leaving your mailing address. If you don't want to do that, I totally understand too. I totally understand. Oh, thank you, Chris. Thank you. We will take that. Hi, Elcat. Is it Ellie? I think it's Ellie. Oh no, you went to dreaded Walmart. Oh, you're centering activity. Man, we all need that, don't we? You can do it, Becky. You can do it. Hi, Linda McAllister. Linda, you're one that I would love to have an address for. A mailing address. Hey, Lizzie. Oh, Lizzie, what we have is we have a flash sale going on. So this is the flash sale that's going on for the mandala cards. So this is what we're sending out. 48 cards. The link is in the description box right under the video. So you can check them out there. But this is the flash sale. It only goes on through Monday. So as of tomorrow night, it'll be over. It'll be history. So this is the code to get the 30% off. So if you want to do that, you are welcome to do that. Okay, I'm trying to keep up with the chat here today a little better than sometimes. Hey, Shelly. Long time no talk. Hi, Jersey. Hi, Angie, Darla. It's just L. Okay. Okay. I'll try to remember that L. Yeah, Chance does agree with the dreaded Walmart. Well, there's a link in the description box right below the video, and so that's how you can get them. They make great Christmas gifts. They actually certainly do. And you can, hi Alicia, and you can tear them up, tear them apart. I know people have a lot of, let me just do this. I try to do this every time. I'll be right back. Yes. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, buddy? What are you talking about? Every time I show this, somebody has a little bit of heart palpitations. But I just want to show it to you. Not to be afraid of them. Use them as art supplies. Just use them. You can use your thumbnail, and sometimes they don't split evenly. They'll be thicker on one side or the other, and you can just pull them apart like this, and it splits them. And then you can use both sides of the cards in your art, or create whatever way you want to. Make cards out of them, like greeting cards or ATCs. Use punches. You can do anything you want. And many of them have a little tiny mandala on them. You can use a punch and punch that out, or cut it with a pair of scissors. You can use the words. You can use the quotes. I often use the corners for different things. I have several videos about how to use them. So anyway, don't hesitate to tear them up and use them. Maybe mandalas aren't your thing, but you like color. Maybe you like inspiration. Maybe you like quotes or words or whatever. But mandalas aren't your thing. Well, then you can always use them for something else. I mean, it's a bunch. It is a lot. It is a lot of material to use. When you get 48 cards times 2, it's a lot. Hey, Dorothy. I think so, Dorothy. It showed up in the list anyway. So there you go. Let's see. Just looking at the chat. Okay, Linda. Well, it is. Just know that I'm very, very grateful. Hi, Candy. No, they're not, Laura. No, they're not. No, they're not. Take a deep breath. Go for it, my friend. Just go for it. They're not. They're not. They're not. I tell you, they're not. I have them in pieces, and I've used them I've used them for all different kinds of things. You can do it. You can do it. Take a deep breath. It's okay. All right, let's make, I'm just going to see what I want to do here. Let's see. Now that I can see today, Friday I couldn't even see. Friday was a day, boy. Friday was a day. But Charlie's better today. And I don't have any, he's 14, so I don't have any unrealistic expectations that he's going to live forever. I know that. But we're never ready to let him go, just never are. He's such a sweet, sweet-spirited cat. And if you think that they're not doing well, yeah, boy, yeah, you guys that are animal people, if you didn't see Aunt Beck's Creations video, I don't know if I can do this and talk at the same time. But if you didn't see Aunt Beck's Creations video about the box that she made with the cards that people sent for when they lost one of their cats, she made the box. That is not my forte. I can take a cigar box and refashion it, but making my own box it's not necessarily my thing. But she did, and it was really lovely. And she was so right when she was talking. She talked about how she talked about the loss of any animal has its own shape, and that is so true. It is so true. And they're all unique, And not very long ago, it was back in August, which I did not talk about on the stream. I think I can talk about it at this point, because this is impromptu. This is not anything that, if somebody else is streaming and you want to go watch them, please do. I'm just messing around here. But in August, my stepdaughter, middle of August, my stepdaughter died very unexpectedly. That's Clausman's daughter, whom I raised from the time she was 10. And although we had not been close for quite some time, and because she was, everybody has their own path to follow, and she was kind of off on her own path, but still, it is a loss, and you still have to deal with it, and you're still dealing with the COVID situation, so there can't be a funeral, and blah, 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 blah. I'm telling you, it just, man, stuff gets complicated, doesn't it? Stuff just gets complicated, and it's not about us nearly as much as the loss is profound for her children. And so it's just been a lot, it's just a lot going on. But I don't generally talk about stuff like that. I don't generally talk about it just because that's not the kind of place this is. I try to keep this a much more positive, more light-spirited kind of place. And I failed on that yesterday, or on Friday. Totally failed on that. But anyway, it's just, sometimes it's kind of crazy, isn't it? Sometimes it is kind of crazy. Sometimes it's all kinds of crazy. But anyway, she was only 57. I know a lot of you are much younger than that, so that doesn't seem like that's only. But when you're considerably older than 57, it's like shocking. She did live a very reckless lifestyle, and so, but it was a surprise. You're just never ready for those kinds of events in your life. So suffice it to say, I was not in a space where I was ready to let go of Mr. Charlie. I just was not. And you know what? Today he's still here. And today he's having a pretty good day. He's breathing pretty well today, better than he has been. I'm sure you can tell I'm not reading the chat. He's been breathing much better today, and he's been, doesn't have much appetite at the moment, but part of that could be that he's not super duper excited about his new food, although he doesn't seem to object to it. Anyway, life is what it is. You got to celebrate the good days. And today's a really good day. It's really warm here. I'm telling you, it is really warm. So I got up early and I went for a long walk, and that was wonderful. Of course, I did that so it was cool. And then I went out and I walked 3 miles, and so that was great. And then it warmed up. I knew I had to go out early in order to walk. Otherwise, it was going to get too hot. It was hot as it was. Okay. Hi, everybody. Let's see. I'm looking at the chat here for a minute. Let's see. I'm just watching the chat here for a second. Hi, River City. Yeah. Darla says she loves how Laura picks out a card during her stream and reads it to us. Yeah, that's very sweet of her. I'm glad that they speak to her that way. That's really neat. I do the same thing. I use them every single day. Hi, Christine G. Christine, did you order cards? Because if so, I think I have your address. I wanted to send you a card because I think you super chatted the other day on Friday. If you want to let me know if you're the one that did that. Because if so, then I have your last name starts with GAM. Let me know if that's correct. And hello, Erin. If I didn't say hello. Hi, Sandra. Miranda. Lizzie, bless your heart. It's true, Becky. You understand. Chance is giving me an earful over here. I succeeded at being human. True. Hi, Mrs. Gigi. Hi, Rhonda. Yeah, I do too, Laura. I have decks of cards. I have a whole. If I put them on their side like this, they would fill the screen. I have so many decks of cards. I just love them so much. I have all different kinds. I should probably show you. I'll go get them. I'll show them to you. Yes, can you entertain the troops a minute? Yeah, I wasn't kidding about how many decks of cards I have. I wasn't kidding. This is part of them. It's not all of them, but part of them. So I'll tell you what they are. These are the Teachings of Abraham, the Well-Being cards, Esther and Jerry Hicks. Sometimes I buy these cards just because I love the artwork. Sometimes I buy them because I'm attracted to the affirmations. Sometimes it's the message on the back. It just depends. I don't have to agree with everything that is, written on any of the cards for them to be meaningful and meaningful for me. So I have that. I know Lizzie has decks too. Yeah. This is Ask and It Is Given cards. This is by the same people, Esther and Jerry Hicks. Again, I love the way that they're formatted and the artwork. The artwork is just amazing on so many of these. They're just, you know, they're just beautiful. Now these I won't tear up. You know, I could, but these I won't tear up and use because I really like the cards. I just really like them as they are. So I keep them in the box. I have another deck downstairs which is called Notes from the Universe, but I'm not going to go down and get that one. But it's Notes from the Universe. So that's another one I have that I love. This is by Carolyn Mace, this deck. You have them, Shelley? And Laura? It's funny. Laura will tear up those, but not mine. Laura, tear them up, girl. Tear them up. So this is Carolyn Mace. And again, the artwork on these is just so nice. I like them where the decks have a completely different image on every card. That's one of the things that we did, one of the reasons we did. Look how great those are. It's one of the things that I did in our card deck. We wanted every card to be different colors, different everything. So this is the Healing Cards by Carolyn Mace. Her last name is spelled M-Y-S-S, but it's pronounced Mace. Looks like Miss, pronounced Mace. You have one deck that's Letters from My Ancestors. I don't know that one. I don't know that one, Lizzie. That's interesting. Hi, Joie. Let's see. Looking back through the chat, I missed some chat here. Let me go back a second. No card necessary? Okay, Christine. I'm glad you like the cards, Laura. Oh, Kylie Koo. Yeah, Kylie Koo is really a neat artist. Seems like I saw that Becky got a present. Becky got a present from one of her cats. Oh, lovely. That's a good thing that these guys don't go outside. So these are the Power of Intention cards from Dr. Wayne Dyer. He passed away several years ago. And the artwork on these is just so different. You know, nothing like the other ones. It's like a single image. And powerful messages. Powerful messages. I think some of these might be, I might have put them in something else because I don't think I have all of them in here. But there's a really nice message on the back of every one of these. Pardon me, my throat. I was on the phone with somebody for a really long time last night, not mentioning any names. So my voice is a little bit hoarse today, but it tends toward that anyway. So there's Wayne Dyer, and all of these I've shown you at this point I got at my local bookstore. Yeah. And this is, somebody gave this deck to me in a gift. This is the Kitchen Tarot card deck by Susan Shy and Dennis Fairchild. The thing that's interesting, now this deck doesn't have, it has a lot of book and, you know, not so many cards. Let's see, how many cards are in this? 22 cards. And this woman is quite an artist. She does a lot of, or quite a quilter. She does some really unusual quilts. Now this one, all the cards are the same. So the decorative side of the card is the same. The other side of the card is where the artwork is, and these are tarot cards, which I have to tell you, I've never done anything with tarot cards. I know some people do. These are all quilts, I believe. Some people do a lot of things with tarot decks. It's not anything that I have ever done. But I really enjoy her. I enjoy the artwork. I don't know what I think about the whole tarot thing, because you know, sometimes you have to know more than you know in order to have an opinion. I don't know enough, so I don't have an opinion. Detach from your stuff. There you go. It's a good message, isn't it? It's a good message for all of us. It's a good message for all of us. Sorry, my watch decided to do something weird. Sorry, I'm fixing my watch. I lost my watch face. There we go. It's one thing about the Apple Watch that sometimes if you touch it, you can lose your watch face on it. This is Angels of Abundance Oracle cards, and by Doreen Virtue. And again, these are the same on. They're all the same on the. I don't know. I never can remember if it's the face side or the back side. It doesn't matter. They're all the same on one side. And then the other side they're all unique and different with different angels, and the artwork is really pretty. I think it's really interesting. Good messages and so forth. My understanding is this is a mother and son duo, as I recall, and I think that after, I don't know, at some point in their journey, I think they both abandoned their this whole thing. Doesn't matter. I still enjoy the cards. I still enjoy the cards. So, of course, those are our cards. These I have had, I don't know how long I've had these. Years and years and years. Probably back into the 80s, so probably 40 years I've had these. It's the Creative Whack Pack by Roger Van Oak. I don't know if that's right. But anyway, I've had these a really long time. Again, they're the same on, the artwork is the same on one side. 89. There it is. Created in 89. So I've had these all this time. And the artwork on the other side is really interesting. And also, this is all in terms of creativity. Look at that. And this one goes this way. Reverse your viewpoint. So true. But the artwork is interesting. The messages are pretty cool. So when you get to a point where you're stuck, which happens to me periodically, this is a good way to, to take a look at, maybe just get another idea, randomly draw a card, especially in a business sense, randomly draw a card, and maybe sometimes it will give you an idea, or you can use an idea from one of these kinds of things in your own drawing or what have you. Anyway, Creative Whack Pack. This is the oldest deck that I have. Yeah, I don't have any of the Oracle cards, but I do have that one deck of tarot cards. But I've had these literally forever. I lose them, and then I find them, and then I lose them, and I find them. And let's see, this one. Oh, this is a set. This is a blank set of cards. Somebody sent me these. This was really interesting. They're blank on the side where the artwork usually goes. And these are, let's see, is there directions with this? These were used in a conference setting, but there's nothing on the other side. Okay, there's nothing on this side. They're all white. So what she did, the person that sent these to me, Debbie Boring sent these to me. Her husband used them. He used them in his consulting business. That's what he used them in. And so she sent these to me because she used alcohol ink on them and turned them into ATCs. Or you can make them into a book or whatever. I just thought that was a really good idea. But as you can clearly see, I did never do anything with them. So, but I still like them. And they do have some really good messages on the other side. So one of these days I should get them out and actually do something. You know, like finish them. The Innovative Whack Pack. Okay. Cool. Laura, we must be thinking along the same lines. It seems like Laura has a lot of the same cards that I have. Sorry, my voice is a little crazy. These are from Kyla Givehand. And this is the Mixed Media Inspiration Deck that she sent me, and I've had these for quite a long time as well. The artwork is the same on the one side, so all the artwork is the same on this side, and the other side they're prompts, so they're all prompts for mixed media things. And I don't remember exactly when we did these, when I got these, but it's been quite a few years ago now. But really nice for, you know, if you're stuck on your creativity, or you're stuck when you're journaling or any other kind of mixed media thing. The box doesn't stay shut, so I put a rubber band that is very much overkill. This rubber band's about, look, the rubber band's just about done for. And let's see, what else do I have? This was from Kyla also, I believe. Yeah. And these she packaged in these little bags. And these are the Right Now inspiration decks. And this, I used this. Let's see, do I have the journal here? Don't know where it is. I was in kind of a focus group with her when she did these prompts, and then eventually came out with the deck of cards. So again, they're the same on the one side, and then on the other side they're writing prompts. So I hear a lot from people who tell me about journaling, because I journal every day. Probably 95% of the time I will journal every day. And my next video class at How to Get Creative is on my journaling process, where I go into detail about how I do my journaling and so forth. But I'll hear people say, well, I don't have anything to write about. My life is boring and I don't have anything to write about. I don't want to write. And I will tell, there's all kinds of reasons to write, which I won't go into here. However, if you have a deck of cards or a prompt list of some kind about writing, it gives you something to get started with. I have all kinds of ideas for why you journal and when you journal and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, we won't go there now. This is the updated version of Kyla's Mixed Media Inspiration Deck. What she did originally is she came out with a deck that was like this, and then she had what was called expansion packs that you could get to go with the cards. And I think that this updated version, It's a lot more cards. I don't know how many. But I think this includes all of the cards, the mixed media cards, as well as the expansion packs. So they're prompt cards. But I think this has all of them. And some of them are blank too, so you could write your own. So you can create your own card, which is pretty cool. And when Kyla does these, she does them in very limited runs. And so when she produces them, typically she'll produce them around the holidays. And you have to order them and then just be ready to wait, because it takes a while for her to get them out, because you prepay them, she orders, and then she sends them out when she gets them in. So there's those. And this deck is from Karen. I think it's Karen. Karen Friedland. So Karen Friedland is where these came from. I participated in a hop with her, and so she sent me the deck of cards, and then I did whatever it was that I love this one. This is all her artwork, and I did whatever it was she wanted. Look at the elephants. I don't know how many there are. It's not a big deck of cards. And on the other side is some instruction and some prompts and so forth and so on. So, and this is how she sent them. They were packaged in these little organza bags like this. Whoops, I forgot to put her card in there. Yeah, we had a really fun day when Kyla was on with me. Absolutely. Oops. And then this is my own deck of prompt cards. Are you guys still here? Chat hasn't moved for a while, so I'm just going to see. Okay, looks like it's moving. Okay, thank you. Maybe you guys are all just busy watching. This is a deck that I did for myself, prompt deck. And so what I did was I made I think this was one or maybe two big sheets of mixed media paper that I created. And then I just cut them down and turned them into prompt cards. So lots of people have done this. Lots and lots and lots of people have done this and have many more. This must have ripped or something. I don't know why this is on there. I don't know. I'll do anything. I'll stick tape or leftovers on anything. But these are all prompts, and so I just made those cards. Sometimes I will combine my deck with Kyla's deck. And then, of course, there's all kinds of prompt lists out there. And so periodically I'll find one that I haven't seen. I'll stick it in my box. So there's that. And that's a box. This is not a box I made. It is a box I decorated that looks like metal. And so those are the ones I can put my hands on. I'm sure there's some other ones around here, but I was not kidding when I said they would fill, end to end, they would fill the screen. I'm sure there are many people who have many more decks than I have. Yeah. See? So it's a bunch. I love them. I love them. Yeah, and that's a really good suggestion, Becky. Go through and find the products you have and then put them on cards. It's a good suggestion. Okay, Linda. Hope you feel better very soon. Yeah, I really like the cards. So anyway, there's that. I like cards. And because I like cards, that's where our cards came from. You know, that was part of, I love mandalas. I love cards. There you go. I had to do it. We had to do it. So if anybody of you, listen to me, my mouth. If any of you are interested in them, the sale goes on through Monday. That's it. Monday night, it's over. Okay? There's the code. You got to have the code to get the discount. Okay, so let's go back to this. Yeah, and that's another really great way to do it. Put them on popsicle sticks. Put them in a jar. Yeah, there's all different kinds of ways to do the prompts. Yeah, I think whatever appeals to you, that's what you should do. Absolutely. Okay, so let's go back over here. So does anybody have questions for me while I'm doing this? If you do, pop them in the chat. So this is one of those days that we get right before it turns off really cold. You know, we get these Indian summer things where it gets warm, and so you can enjoy the warm day, and then it cools off at night. Oh, those are perfect days. To me, that's just perfect weather days. Perfect weather days. Warm during the day, cool enough for blanket weather at night. Hi, Riri. Riri, you were another one I really wanted to send you a card because you had super chatted me on Friday. If you by any chance would like to share your address with me, I would love to do that. You can contact me on Twitter or Instagram, or you can go to HowToGetCreative.com and fill out a support ticket and just say that you're leaving your address for me. If you're not interested in getting a card, that is perfectly fine too. Totally fine. Okay, so let's see. Let me see. Let me get myself oriented here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So what are you guys doing today? I know Laura was streaming earlier. I got in on just a little bit of that. I hope you guys are having a good day today. Okay, Riri. You do? Okay, cool. Um, Rhonda asked if we were going to do another set of cards. Not anytime soon. Um, we do have some ideas for some other cards. But probably not anytime really soon. Hey, Janice. Yeah. No emergencies is a good thing, Aaron. Mm-hmm. I know when Clausman was up on the roof, um, repairing the roof a couple of weeks ago, I was like, oh. Mm. Yeah, sometimes it just takes your breath away, doesn't it? Oh, goodness. Hey, Jan. Thanksgiving today. Cool. Monday is a holiday here. I don't know what the name of the holiday is anymore. Used to be Columbus Day, and then I think that somebody has decided that's politically incorrect or historically incorrect or whatever. You know, it's okay. No political discussion about the correctness of it, please. So I think it's been changed to Indigenous Peoples Day or federal holiday, or I'm really not sure. Basically, we won't get any mail. That's what I know. That's what I know. And the banks won't be open, so there is that. Other than that, tomorrow will be, it's just a normal day around here. When you work for yourself and you work at home, yeah, you have to make yourself stop working, you know? One time, Race, the technical department, when we were first getting started and I was trying to get myself oriented around everything that was involved with how to get creative, and I was really struggling with the details, the minutia of the details, because anybody thinks that a creative business, you know, it's like, oh, that'd be so cool to be in a creativity business. They forget about the fact that it's a business. You know what I mean? And if you work at home and you work for yourself, it's really easy to work, 16, 18, 20 hours if you're not careful. And so one day I was overwhelmed. And when I get overwhelmed, I get emotional. I don't know if you could pick that up about me or not. Yeah, but I got emotional talking to him, and he said, you're going to leave that space and go away from it, because he said, if you don't, he said, I can pull the plug from here. And I'm like, oh no. Then that was a threat. I did not need that threat. I'll tell you what, sometimes he is a character. Still says Columbus Day on your account. It says both on mine. Shelly is cleansing. She's cleaning and organizing the things she needs to detach from. There you go. I know, Laura, isn't it something? Listen, I'm glad my camera's not on, because I would have been tempted right there to click the camera over, and I'd scare you guys to death if you were looking at me today. I would scare you to pieces. I'll tell you what. The names of holidays, the names of cities, the names of countries. I'm going to date myself here. But the dates of all these things have changed so much from when I was a kid. There's whole countries have different names. Way different names. In fact, some of them have changed several times during my adult, since I was in school, let's say that. Countries have totally changed. Cities have totally changed. Holidays totally changed. Trying to keep up with all that stuff and not offend anybody. It's quite a it's a challenge. We'll just say that. It's a challenge. So some of these marks on this mandala are really, they're really subtle. But that's okay with me, because I like it. I like it. Hi, Dana. Yeah, borders on countries. Yeah, Renee, absolutely. It's one of those things, Laura. You can really try not, I try really hard not to be offensive. I managed to still offend people, and I try really hard not to. I mean, the day I mentioned this on Friday, but I don't know what I was talking about. I was talking about myself. Only about myself. Okay? And I said, this is several years ago, and I said something about whatever it was. Can't remember now what the subject was. It was only about me. And I said, it was enough to give me brain damage. Okay? Clearly poking fun at myself. And somebody got very offended by that and told me in no uncertain terms that I should not say things like that because it was offensive to people who really did have brain damage. And I'm like, I wasn't even talking to you, So I responded with, I apologized. This was a comment after the fact. I responded with an apology and said, I was poking fun at myself, not at anyone else, and I was very sorry that I had offended her, and that if I thought about every single thing, it was basically you should think more before you speak. That was the chastisement, so my response was, and I wasn't in a very good mood. You should never answer comments when you're not in a very good mood. And I said, if I thought about every single thing, and if it could possibly offend anybody anywhere in the world before I said it, I would never open my mouth. I would never stream. I would never do anything. Because there are things that are offensive to people. And sometimes it's cultural, sometimes it's, Anyway, she was really mad. And she responded back to me with that well, I was an insensitive piece of work or something. I'm like, ugh, whatever. My husband hates it when I say whatever. Sometimes it's the only thing that fits, right? Sometimes it's the only expression that fits. So basically, if I offend somebody, it's never intentional. Listen, I got a big enough mouth and a short enough fuse that if I intended to offend somebody, I could do exactly that. I could do exactly that if I really wanted to. So I just thought that I would come on and work on this, see if I can get it finished. Because I'm going to probably cut this up and use it on cards or whatever. And give you the 411 on Mr. Charlie, who is having a much better day today. 2 days in a row, he has gotten up in the window. That is, he has not done that in quite a while. So every day that we have together, that's a good day, then that is a blessing. You know, one of the things that we do as human beings, or human doings, as the case may be, and I am as guilty of this as anybody, is I get so caught up in what's happened or what's coming that I miss the moment. I miss the experience because I'm worried or concerned. Use whatever language, fill in the blank. Whatever the language is that you choose. But I will spend my time being not where I am, but being, you know, someplace, some other crazy place. And if you do that, if you don't watch out, you miss your life because you're only in the past or in the future and you're not where you are. There's an app that I have on my phone that's called Unplug, and Unplug is a great, really great app in my opinion. It costs $60 a year, but it's a meditation kind of app, and it's just a really, really good app. To me it's worth the $60. And they send you an email every day. Let's see. They send an email every single day, and they always have quotes in them. And one of them, let's see if I can find it. Just looking. Oh, I know where it is. It's not in my notes. Hang on a minute. It's a good place to start. It's not a good place to stay. That was one of them I thought was really interesting. Here it is. Don't forget to come and visit yourself soon. I like that. Don't forget to come and visit yourself soon. But again, visit yourself again soon. And then there's another one, if I can figure out where it is here. I attract the life I'm choosing rather than the life I remember. That was a good one. And this was, I know you can tell I collect quotes. This one was from The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, which was a series on, Netflix, I think. And the quote was, "What a terrible place the inside of her head must be." Yeah. Oh, there's another one about the zip code. I can't find it. I don't know where it is, but it's something about may your body and your mind be in the same zip code or something. Okay. I hear you, Dana. Thanks, Rhonda. Hi, Cheryl. I'm just scrolling back through the chat for a minute. Hi, Liana. Hello, hello in New Zealand. I'm just scrolling back. I may miss some of the chat. I'm just scrolling back real quick. Yeah, it's a good one to stitch for sure. Dorothy. I'm sorry you chose to be offended by my comment. That's a good one, Darla. That's a good one. Hi, Jean. They're just not somebody. They're not somebody's. Streaming is not everybody's thing. That is for sure. Come again and bring the children. Bring your inner child. Really, that's for sure. I know, Laura. They're the best. The Moonlight Jelly Roll pens are the best. Sounds like a terrible idea. What time? There you go. That's funny. Okay, so let's finish these sections. Let's try this. Let's try these sections. Let's see. I'm not making it up. I'm patterning it after the other one that I've already done. It'll still look different, but anyway, that's what I'm doing. All right, let's go. I do like these pastel pencils. They've worked out very nicely on this watercolor paper. I do love the Moonlight Jelly Roll pens. I will tell you that. This set is it's probably not my super favorite set, but it still has some really interesting colors in it. You know, I just tend to like brighter colors than these, so there is that. But that's what I'm using, is pens from that set. Okay, so let's see what we got. It is really warm here at the moment. I'm telling you, I'm just getting a little drippy. A little bit drippy. Thank you all for joining me for this unannounced impromptu stream. You can always tell it's warm because the cats get draggy. They get real draggy. Yeah, and this section, this whole thing right in here, when it was about at this point, when I was working on it on the first one, I'm like, this is the worst thing I have ever done. Mm-hmm. Oh no, Renee. Oh no, Renee. Okay. So when in doubt, and I think I said this on Friday. When in doubt, do more. Now, if you are a minimalist, you would not agree with that philosophy. That's something I've never been accused of, as being a minimalist about anything. And I totally forgot on Friday, in the midst of all of my waterworks, I totally forgot to show the stuff I was going to show from the last class that we did at How to Get Creative. I was going to show the samples from that. I was going to show the samples from the VIP class, and I totally forgot. So let me get these colors in here, this color, then I'll take a break, and then if you guys want to see those, I'll show them to you. It'll probably take me another 5 minutes. To get this color on here. My husband draws mandalas too sometimes, and when he does, it's really interesting to watch how he approaches a mandala, because he does, he's very minimalist in what he does. And there are times when he gets really frustrated with how one of his mandalas turns out, and so he'll say, I don't like it. And when he says that, I'll say, well, do you want me to make suggestions, or do you want to just, because sometimes people just are willing to be frustrated with the thing. It's fine. Nobody has to even like what I like, or like what I do, or like the way that I approach things. It just because it's my way to do it doesn't mean it's the right way. It's just my way. And most of the time he'll say, yeah, go ahead and do something on it. And so my first thing is always just to add more, just to add more. And 90% of the time he likes it. After that, there's a few percentage points in there where he's like, oh, well, I never thought of that, and I can tell he's not so super excited about my my additions. But most of the time that fixes things. Just do more. Just do more. Okay, so let's see. My body is getting hungry. Man, oh man, if you hear my stomach growling, I apologize. This morning I fixed cut-a-holes. I don't know if you guys know what cut-a-holes are. Some people call them toads in the hole, or sunshine in the hole. It's a piece of toast with the center cut out, and then you drop an egg. You butter the toast. It's done in a skillet, and Sorry, I'm trying to talk and do this at the same time. It's not easy. It's not easy. Let's see. I'm here. It's one of those things that I fix maybe on the weekends. And but my mom always called them cut-a-holes. She had another expression that was really funny. There was an egg. It's like, basically it's an omelet without anything in it. It's just a plain omelet, right? And my sister, one of my sisters, had gone to visit a little friend of hers in a little town that is a few miles away from here. And the town's called Rocheport. Unless you're the mechanical voice on the Weather Channel or the Amber Alert thing, and then it's called Rocheport. Anyway, it's really called Rocheport. Anyway, she'd gone to visit her friend. This is many, many, many years ago. And this little girl's mother had fixed this egg for her. It's just basically an omelet that doesn't have anything in it. It's just that's what it is. It's plain omelet. And she came home and she told our mother that she wanted her to call this little girl's mother because she wanted her to learn how to fix Rocheport eggs. And that was because that was the place where she had them. So that became another family favorite, Rocheport eggs. I still like Rocheport eggs. Although most of the time I really like to put stuff in them, fill them with something, make it into really an omelet. I love omelets. Always have. Always have loved omelets. And in a restaurant, I love hash brown potatoes. I don't like to make them, but I like to have them in a restaurant. They're probably absolutely terrible for you. Well, that didn't look... Those could not be any more different from each other. Oh well. Sometimes that's what you say. Oh well. I say that quite a bit. So it's funny how foods get named, So cut-a-holes, because that's how they're made. And Rocheport eggs, because that's where my sister had them for the first time. That one looks better. Okay, one more thing I'm going to do here with this color. Make some circles. I am going to have some cleanup to do on some of the black lines on this. But that can wait. I was listening to a podcast it's just kind of a series while I've been walking the last couple of days, and it's on the Nexium organization / cult. It's put together by the Canadian Canadian Broadcasting Company, I think. I could be wrong about that. It's called, the podcast is called Escaping NXIVM. And NXIVM is spelled NXIVM. Really an interesting podcast. So if any of you are into that kind of stuff, I can recommend that. Okay. It is messing with my hand, Angie. You're right. SOS, huh, Lizzie? That's funny. Yeah, I've listened to several things on NXIVM, and they've had things on TV shows and all that. Yeah, it's interesting. Okay, I'm gonna set this aside for a minute. If you want to see what the last class at How to Get Creative was, I'll show it to you. It is called Scrap Strip Beauties. This is my take on scrap strips. All of this is junk turned into something fun. And these are, everybody has their take on this. This is done with a sewing machine. So, done with a sewing machine, using nothing but scraps. Nothing but scraps. And I have several of them in different colorways. So, all of these are shown in the class. This one is before it's been laundered, so this hasn't been laundered. So if you don't want them to be all distressed looking, shall we say, then you don't wash them. I like the distressing of the strips. This is one that it's the same thing, same kind of thing. But this one is used in a slow stitching manner. Again, everything is junk. Everything is bits and pieces, leftovers. There's absolutely nothing in here that I purchased. There's beads, there's buttons sewn on with beads. There's all different kinds of things. Laces, dyed laces, and so forth and so on. And then you can figure out what you want to do with them later, right? Do I have scraps? Oh my gosh. Do I have scraps? So I'll show you a couple of places where I have used those scrap strips. I keep trying to use them, make a dent in them, because I know that it's one of the things people talk about all the time is how many scraps they have. And so I keep trying to come up with ways for people to use them. So this is one way to use them. So this is on a Ravelry journal page. And this is another Ravelry journal page. So it makes a good way to stop the raveling. Then you can cut them up. And you can make, add them onto cards or bookmarks. It's a great way to learn your sewing machine, a great way to work on sewing, using decorative stitches on your machines that so many times people get scared of, or they buy it's like the thing that attracts you to buy a sewing machine and then you never use it. This is a great place to learn how to work with those. Then you can do the same thing or something similar. It's a little different technique, but you can do something similar with paper scraps. These all maintain their dimension, so they have dimension. I love bookmarks, and so I do a lot of bookmarks. I send out lots of bookmarks. You can make them using the scrap strips on cards. Here's another one on another card. There's this was the regular season class. This was from a VIP class, but this is just a card. So that is all from the most recent class at How to Get Creative. And then the VIP class, let's see, I'll show you the these are some examples from the VIP class. And there's a couple of different ways to do these. One is using real leaves. So there is a real leaf. It's a real oak leaf. This is a real sweet gum leaf. There is a beautiful sugar maple leaf, I believe it is. This is a red maple leaf, I believe. And then if you don't have leaves, then I also supplied, so these are done on the real leaves, and then I also supplied copies, you know, based on the leaves that I've collected, and then you can do fun things, make your own lace and so forth. So that was all from the VIP class. And those can be attached to cards, or you could even use these as bookmarks, so use them in journals and that kind of thing. Yeah. And then what I suggest is that you use a journal. This was another class on the website, how to make a little journal like this. It's a perfect bound journal. And then make a library of your patterns. So that's what's in here, is just a library of patterns. So you have something to go back and reference, you know, so you can look at it, and because I'm telling you, you cannot remember this stuff. You can't remember it. You have to have a reference library. There's another leaf with lace. Anyway, so those are all from the last several classes. So when you don't see me around in streams and so forth, the reason you don't see me is because I am working. Okay, let's finish this up. It is busy. Hey, Dawn. Thanks, Shelly. Okay, I'm going to finish this up, and then we're going to call it a day, because I've been on here for a little while. Longer than I expected to be, but, you know, is what it is, right? But I just thought I really wanted to let everybody know that we were having a good weekend. Okay, so let's see if I can finish this up. So what's the temperature like where you guys are? Are any of you in California? And if you are, what's the fire situation like? Or on the West Coast, what's the fire situation like at this point? I hope by now things have calmed down. I do like the way that these colors worked on this one. I never, ever, ever know how they're going to come together. Never know how they're going to come together when I start. I might think, oh, I've got an idea how this is going to work. Nope. They always come out completely different than I thought they were going to be. But in the end, and there was a point with this one where I thought, this is the worst thing I ever did. Worst thing ever. But after I let it sit for a little bit, I came back and looked at it, and I went, I really like that now, you know? When in doubt, do more. So I hope everything's going well for you. And if not, if it's not going so great, we all have days like that. We all have times like that. I hope that possibly I've given you a little break today, a place to go hang out, something different to think about. I got to see a little bit of the Defy auction yesterday, not very much, but it looked like it was going really well. That is a great program. Looks like they've got some really neat things happening with classes and opportunities to spend time with some of the streamers, which I think is just fabulous. Okay, with any luck at all, I think I've gotten this put together. Okay, so there's that one. Just a minute, I'll be back in the chat in a second. So there's that one. This is the original one that I did. So put them try to get them side by side here so you can really see. With all the white around it, it really changes the way the color looks. Whatever you have underneath it really affects the color, but same colors, same everything done between the two. But because I did them at two different times, they have, you know, a couple different looks about them. So anyway, there's that. Okay, let me look at the chat here. Oh, thank you, Lizzie. You're wrapping lace for an order? Good for you. Congratulations, Angie. That's great. All right, 71 degrees. Yeah, I don't know what it is here today. Charlie he's had a good weekend. Hi, Judy. I'm just scrolling back through the chat. Thanks, everybody. Yeah, he's had a good weekend. He actually got up on the table in the window in the sunshine the last 2 days, which has been really, really good. Really good. DT has good pins like this. What is DT? I should probably know that. Oh, it's raining, Dawn? Oh, yeah. Yeah. 60s. Oh, that is perfect. 52. Oh, nice. Hello, Malia. Don't know, but it's cooler. That's good. Hot weather, hot and muggy in Florida. Overcast in Ohio. Yeah, that's about what it is here, about 75. But it is bright and sunny. Bright and sunny. Skies have cleared of the smoke in Sacramento area. That's great. Rain in the Pacific Northwest. There you go. Hi, Nil. Smoke is cleared. That's good. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I hope that means that they've got the fires under control. I really do. Cider donuts. I've never had one of those. Thanks, Laura. It's all right. I'm scrolling through the chat and it keeps jumping on me here. Super pink hibiscus tea turned paper, grayish lavender color. Interesting. Oh, Dollar Tree. Oh, thank you. Gosh, I should know that. You have a Charlie cat too, Al? And for Linda, it's 50 Fahrenheit and raining cats and dogs. Oh no. Hi, Alicia. I know, I'm just popping on. Hi, Joycey. I'm just popping on. I've been here for a little while. You didn't know it was Dollar Tree either, Nell? I don't feel so dumb then. It's always nice to have somebody join you in your ignorance, isn't it? Ah, that's nice. Soft as silk. That's nice. Okay, so that is that. I will probably this one, I'll probably save. One of these two I will save and keep it whole. And then I'll put it, I'll stick it in my journal here somewhere. I had a page the other day. We'll just use this one for example. So I'll put it in the journal someplace here. I don't know where. It might live here, it might not. The thing about this, some of the white pens, like the white Signo Uniball pen, tends to come off on the black paper. So typically, if I've used a lot of white on one, I'll just leave the facing page blank because it's going to make marks. It's going to come off. But I don't know. It's hard to say. Anyway, gives you the idea of what it looks like if it's mounted on black. And this one I may cut up and use on cards. Don't know for sure. Don't know. But anyway, there you go. We'll put this one here just like that. Just for grins and giggles. Oh, tuxedo. I love tuxedo cats. We had one. By Dawn. We had a tuxedo cat. Her name was Moonbeam. I could send this to you instead of a card. If you will send me your address, or if you will allow me to, Christine, I'm going to send you a card, if it's okay. That's interesting. I have never used any of the pens. I honestly don't go to Dollar Tree very often, so I don't even know what they have or don't have. So, yeah, Moonbeam. Isn't that a funny name? She was named that when we got her. A lot of people will give us animals, and I don't take them all, but I take as many as I can, you know. That's where these two sponsor cats came from. They were needing to be rehomed, and so they came to live here. I know, so cute. They're just wonderful. 6 cats. That's a lot of cats, Becky. Woo, I hope they all can manage to meld into one group. I don't know now about waxing this one. Since these are gel pens, I don't know. I would have to do some testing on that. To tell you the truth, this, when it does this over here, it doesn't bother me. I don't have any. Some people want their journals to be perfect, you know, and honestly, there's just a lot of things about mine that they're not perfect, and I'm okay with that. Like sometimes, like this, for example. I don't know if you can see this. Can you see that right there? That is coming from that. Again, that's probably the white Signo Uniball pen that did that. Came off on this one. And you can really see it up here. So sometimes what I do is I just come in here and I just add something else, you know, just to kind of cover it up. Not all the pens do that, but the ones that do really do it. Yeah, none of these have done anything. But using the gel pens or any art supply, mandalas are a great way to do this. Any of you that are familiar with James Luke Burke, he does what he calls swatch dolls, and the swatch dolls are his way to test out different art supplies and swatch out colors and stuff like that. Mandalas are what I do. That's what I use to test things and to get acquainted with different colors and different pens and pencils, and like these pastel pencils that I really was not very familiar with. That's why I chose that medium to do these particular mandalas, because I wanted to see what those pencils were like. So I was just looking to see if any of the rest of these, some of these are just stuck in with one little piece of tape. I think that's all. Yeah, that's it. I actually have gotten more than half of this book filled up. That's cool. I like that. I can like that. So anyway, okay, you guys. Yeah, I like the graphite page too. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have any of the daddy bands, so I haven't tried that either. Hi, Gina. My tips were, I used a select number. Like I think I only used 6 pencils total, and I used the blending stumps to really blend the pigment down into the paper. So, and not much of it is wanting to come off, surprisingly. So, I mean, I could come back over and spray them with a fixative to make sure that I fix them, but this isn't even pastel paper. This is just watercolor paper. So I don't know. I really liked it. I don't tend to do things the way you're supposed to do it, I just kind of do whatever I feel like doing. Thanks, Joycey. Okay, I'm going to go, everybody. Thank you so much. Unless you want to see Charlie, if you do, I'll get him and we'll stick him up here for a minute. Let me get him to wrap up the day. Let me move stuff out of the way so he can say goodbye to everybody. Yeah, you wanted to say goodbye to the peoples? Can you put your pretty head up here? Can you say goodbye? His eyes are still a little gunky today, but he's been doing much better this weekend. So we've had 2 good days, and there he goes, laying down. Yeah. We've had 2 good days, and so we'll just take as many of those as we can get. You know what I mean? Yeah. Can you say hello, everybody? He's purring a little bit. So he's purring a little bit, and he's saying, good to be here, good to see everybody. Can you hold your head up just a little bit? Yeah. He's a sweetheart. Okay, thanks for coming and celebrating with us that we've had 2 good days and finishing the mandala, and I will see you guys next Friday for Drama Free Friday. Today was Drama Free Friday on Sunday, huh? So thanks everybody for being here. I will see you on Friday. So remember to get creative today, because you know it's easy. See you later. We say bye, right? He's purring. All right, see you guys later. Bye for now.